Next, we're going to look at how to remove static from a sound. So let's go ahead and open up this file. And if we listen to it, you'll hear the static. So static is fairly loud. I'm in fact going to turn this up just a bit. And it's difficult to get static out, especially if there's no spots where you can isolate the static. And here's what I mean. It's typically a good idea to record a little bit of silence when you're recording so that you can isolate any sounds you want to remove. So if I can find a spot in this where there's only static, it'll make it easier to remove. So if I go to the beginning and I zoom in, right at the very, very beginning, right there, there's just static, and that'll help us remove that static. But before I show you that method, there's other tools in here that'll help you do things like remove static. If we go up here to Effects, we can come down to Noise Reduction, and there are some different things that might work decent in here, right? We could try the Sound Remover, we could try Noise Reduction, maybe Hiss Reduction. Let's go ahead and let's try the Sound Remover. If you hit play, that will give you a preview of the effect when it's applied. And if you hit the green power button, that will let you listen to the original so you can go back and forth. And this is probably not one that's going to work for us. So we're going to go in here and go to Effects, come down to Noise Reduction, and we will try to denoise it. So you have some presets, or you can adjust it manually. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Light and play it and see what it sounds like. Really don't hear much of a difference with that in going to the original and the effect. I'm going to try Heavy Noise Reduction. So it is working somewhat. I'm going to actually turn this up and see what happens. And with all these effects, you got to find a happy place. You don't want to go too far, or else your audio is going to start sounding edited and distorted. You'll hear some artifacts in it, things like that. But just for the sake of showing you this, we're going to turn that all the way up. Go ahead and apply and play it. And a lot of that static is gone, but you can still hear some of it. Now, another way that you could remove this is, I'm going to go ahead and shrink that back to its original size. Like I said, if we go back to the very beginning of the file and zoom in, we can isolate some of that static by itself. Right there. So if you just go ahead and select the static and only the static, you can right click on it and you can capture a noise print. Okay, with that being done, we're going to deselect, because otherwise it will only apply to the selection. So deselecting it, in essence, is the same thing as selecting everything. So with that done, we're going to go ahead and go to Effects, Noise Reduction, and we don't need to capture noise print because we already captured that static, which is telling it what to remove, and then it will use that to try to take it out of this file. So you can go ahead and play it and adjust the parameters as needed. You know, sometimes there are presets you can try as well. Had to turn that up all the way, but it went through, and you can see the waveform is a little smaller. It took that static out. And it did a fantastic job. Let's turn it up and see if we can hear any of that with it a little louder. Really good job. So that is how you can remove static and remove sounds.